Hello everybody, today is Saturday the 13th, 2024. I am gonna mention 16 different names. I guess I'll give you the disclaimer that I always give. This is not financial advice. Make your own decisions when you invest, and just this as information or educational content. If you see any utility on this, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Anyways, basically 16 names. This could be considered a watch list, but from that watch list you can also make a focus list, which is very different from a watch list, and maybe you can find some setups that you like, and from that focus list or from this watch list you create your focus list, and maybe you see something that you really like and maybe work with it. Let's start with AFRM. I was, I guess, trading AFRM to the downside on this area right here. I thought there was going to be more momentum on the way down. I did make some money on this move right here. I think it was on this area. And then it started coming back up, and sometime in the beginning, on middle of June, it had this nice little run. But by then I was already out of this puts. But anyways, I do think that being an interest sensitive stock, we could keep an eye on this. Couple of things. It is bouncing on the support level at 2720. Now it's moving towards the 200 EMA and also the 35 SMA. Then you have your resistance level at 36. So I do believe that it is worth keeping an eye on this name and see if there is any news or anything that would actually trigger a next move. For now, I am very neutral. I don't think I'm bullish or bearish on this name. I think that news are gonna trigger something really nice on this chart right here. So keep AFRM on your list, on a watch list. In my opinion, it's worth it. It is one of the names that I constantly take a look at, but I don't have any positions. I'm not planning to have any positions unless I see something very positive here combined with news as a catalyst. Then at that end I would probably make a decision, considering also that AFRM is very volatile and very susceptible to news and again data such as interest rates and that sort of stuff. So let's move on to AI. I have AI for you too. Let's go here. AI. I was mentioning this the whole week. I think last time I mentioned AI was on Sunday video, which we were talking about this candle right here. Now this move is very choppy. It's something that I normally don't like to trade. A thing that I like is a MACD and the TSI. They're very neutral. A little bit over the zero line, but that's okay. I think it would be optimal to see price action going over this resistance line at 31. And then see if it mounts or after that retest and then continues going up. But I really don't like the fact that it's this choppy. It is moving very slowly. It's still, the trend continues to go up, but it has failed to broke resistance a couple of times already. Let's go to a different time frame and let's change this. This is not necessary. Yeah. So this is a 15-minute. You had a nice run in this area right here back on Monday. Then it had a huge rejection. It actually got a little bit more of momentum on the way back. Same thing, it actually had a pretty nice move, if you will, and then another rejection here. Not a very good sign, not something you really want to see. And then you can argue that this, I don't know, at this point I would keep an eye on this, but I just wouldn't get into any positions until you see a nice move towards this resistance level and just completely mounts it, and then if retests or maybe there's a continuation, then that will be optimal. But so far I don't think you should put really any money on this. Just wait. It's one of those things that you want to wait. So that's what I have for AI, and let's move on to ANF. I like ANF, and I did draw this before. Sorry, I'm making notes before this video, and I made this drawing for a post that I had on X. Anyways, so you have a triple top right here, which is a reversal pattern. MACD and TSI are looking very bearish. RSI is continuing going down, even though right now it's at 50, which is pretty neutral. I think there is more room for this. That the run that ANF has had, it's been pretty impressive. If you look at this from the beginning of, where are we here? Even from end of 2023. No, not the end. From pretty much the beginning of 2023. Somewhere around here. Yeah, 2022, 2023. But you can see this incredible move, and without actually stopping. So if we go back to the 1 day, this is pretty crazy. I don't like seeing charts like this because, anyways. So here you can see another triple top, 1, 2, 3. It went down and it actually came back up. This could happen again. Maybe you're going down under this support level at 167.7, and then you can maybe have a few days of continuation on this, and then this might recover just like it did here. It went right under the 0 line, and then it started coming back up. I don't know the financials of this company, to be honest. I have no idea if they're doing great or not. I haven't seen one of these stores in a long time. I haven't seen this brand in a long time, so I don't know what the hell is going on here. But again, I don't follow macro indications for companies or spreadsheets or that sort of financial indicators from companies, so I really don't know. Maybe they're doing great. So, excuse me, I need to drink water. I like the setup. Just keep an eye on support right here, see what is the behavior, if this is going to rebound or if this is going to break and continue going down. Then there might be an opportunity in the next, on that few days after we break support, probably for the next 2 days, and then you're going to encounter the 35 SMA, which could be a resistance, another support level to keep in mind, just like you saw it right here. So I like the pattern. There might be an opportunity for a 2 or 3 day swing, but nothing to actually commit until we see breaking the support level right here at 167.7. Next, I do have, let's go to BABA 22. Okay, sorry, I take notes on every time I change names. Anyways, I mentioned BABA back here, somewhere in this area. Then it broke this support level, and now it's going back up. Actually, went up, retest, and then it had a pretty nice run. I did buy calls in one of these two candles. I don't remember which one, but I definitely sold on this move. I didn't catch the move for the next day, which was on Friday. Friday was, it just gapped up pre-market and then went a little bit higher, and then it went down. So I did sell actually some in this double top. There's where I sold. So it wasn't Friday, definitely it wasn't Thursday, but this move was great. If you were one of those people that caught this move right here on this retest, that would have been fantastic. Do I think there is more room for a continuation? Possibly, if you kind of like flag. What I would think would be better is forming a flag right here, maybe covering this gap and whatnot, and then coming back up. You still have a lot of room on the MACD and the TSI. The RSI is not oversold, so there's definitely a chance of a continuation. There's very low liquidity here, which is also pretty good. I still like BABA. I would like this. I would like to see this cooling down a little bit, but also keep in mind the behavior that BABA has when it actually breaks up. It is choppy but kind of violent as well. You see it right on this area. You see it all over here as well. You see it on this move right here. So it has a characteristic of having that kind of moves. So this shouldn't be surprising, all these gaps and all these weird looking charts that BABA forms. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a continuation. Would be great to see a couple of red candles here, these indicators cooling down a little bit, and then another move up. I still like BABA. I think it's worth having it on a watch list. Now I'm gonna move to Best Buy. I mentioned Best Buy, and a few days back I actually was mentioning Best Buy around here for a short. It actually went up. I didn't have any positions here because I still had some doubts on the setup for the MACD and the TSI. I knew this was, you can see it right here, overbought, I'm sorry, and then it went up and then it broke this. I think I got some puts in this area right here. I got out in one of these green candles. I was green, but I didn't, obviously, there was more room going into the 35 SMA, and then it bounced back. What I like about this now is that retest on the SMA, and now you see it mounting this resistance, which is now support, and the volume is decreasing for these candles right here. So we might see something interesting going on next week. There is not a lot of liquidity on this area either. So, but there is also not a lot of liquidity under the support. So I like the setup. This might bounce on this area and then may either retest, which we might be seeing that, or it can break and keep going down. I'm not too optimistic on the look of the MACD and the TSI. Sometimes these things tend to, I guess, get close to the signal line and then collapse, and I've seen that so many times. So when I don't see the momentum on the curve right here, I get a little bit. I just like to proceed with cautious on these kind of patterns. But I like the fact that it's bouncing on this area right here. I think is worth keeping an eye on this. It's not a prime setup. I think it's developing. I think it still needs some time to actually give you a better look of the next move, where if it's down or up. Again, the MACD and the TSI are not very high in my opinion. So if it breaks on support, you might actually see another support area on the SMA on the 35 SMA, and then you have the 200 EMA. Then you have this gap here. That would be interesting to see what happens. Earnings are not coming until end of August, so I don't know. I kind of like this setup, even though it's kind of uncertain. I like the fact that it's just consolidating here, and it will give you a move either way that is going to be pretty juicy, in my opinion. So that's what I have for Best Buy. It's not a very popular name anyways, but I made some money a couple of weeks back with Best Buy. That's why I'm mentioning it. I have, let's go to Caterpillar. You know, was looking at this name. I was on X Spaces, and I heard somebody talking about the weakness on Caterpillar, and the guy was going short somewhere in this area, in this consolidation right here. I don't remember what day these spaces were, but so I got into this chart after I heard that, and I wasn't agreeing with the guy very much. I mean, there's not nothing that the candles are telling you here. What I see actually is a bullish move. If anything, what I like about this is that we have this solid resistance, could turn into support pretty soon, level at 335. This is not a very difficult name to trade. So I just want to see the reaction on this area, where if we keep going down or we're going to move up. So you're mounting here this resistance at 334. You're also right at the level of the 35 SMA. That is important. If you mount this, there might be an opportunity for a couple of days swing to the upside. The MACD and the TSI are also pointing on the right direction. The RSI is also looking good. So, you know, next week we're going to have enough time to see how this move. These kind of names move kind of slow as far as how the chart moves, even though you see this pretty nice move right here and drops and whatnot, but it feels always like they move pretty slow. The percentages are not that big, I would say. They're not very consistent on volatile moves, and which is good also. Anyways, so that's what I have for Caterpillar. Next, I'm going to Celsius. So what I like about Celsius, I was mentioning Celsius last week. Well, not last week, I mean on probably Tuesday and on Wednesday, a few days. Anyways, you have a double bottom right here, bounce on the 52.5 level. Now you're on this little range. You don't know if this is going to continue going between 52 and 61. But it looks like if it breaks over here, you might have another continuation towards the 200 EMA. Then you're going to encounter the 35 SMA, and then you have this resistance level at 68. 68 could be the price target if we break resistance at 61. We've seen this on Friday, and then this was Friday. You saw the same thing on Thursday, kind of the same reaction on Thursday. It starts the day with a lot of momentum and then loses it, tries to recover, but it fails. Same on Friday. It didn't recover much, and it failed by the end of the day. You had the same situation almost. Let's see, I don't remember. Yeah, on Friday, some momentum. It got momentum in the middle of the day. So last week, it's been climbing up. It's been very choppy. If you are day trading this, be careful. I did day trade Celsius either on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was on Wednesday somewhere. Don't matter. But I still like Celsius. I did like Celsius on this double bottom. This double top. I'm liking Celsius on this area as well. I did call Celsius up here. I got out right here. I bought puts on this green candle. I got out at 700%, somewhere in this candle, by the bottom of this candle, towards the bottom of the candle. I think it was right when it hit the SMA 35, the 35 SMA. I was out. Little that I knew the continuation of the move kept going down and down and down. Anyways, I think we have some room to go up. I like Celsius a lot. Keep an eye on this for next week. Then I have, let me see. Let's go to this. Where is this? To this guy. CLSK. There's a couple of things going on here. So you have this. Let's change this and make it flat. And then or we can actually get rid of it. But you have this nice pattern right here. Can we consider this a retest? I'm not too sure. Maybe, but don't trade on maybes. But I like the fact that it's maintaining this support level at 1497, pretty much 15. Let's wait to mount the 35 SMA, and then maybe you can move towards 18. What is difficult, in my opinion, to trade these kind of names is how dependent they are on Bitcoin's performance. Some of them are more sensitive than others. I think CLSK is not as sensitive as Mara, for example, but I I find difficult to trade something that depends so much on another name that is trading, and even if it's a different type of I guess a different type of equity, I guess, still has a very big influence, on the stock that you want to trade. That makes it for me a little bit uncomfortable. But sometimes you see setups that are pretty obvious and you can go on it. I like what I'm seeing here as far as respecting the support level. And so we'll see next week. I think the MACD is not looking bad. The TSI, the RSI are looking decent. We're still on this range, I guess, from 23 to 14, which the spread is pretty wide for my taste. But there is definitely an opportunity, I guess, to analyze what is going on with support and see how is the behavior, especially by Monday or Tuesday. You're probably going to know where this stock wants to go. I think it's worth keeping an eye on this because, again, how persistence, the persistence on the level, especially rebounding, it hasn't break this level since, it hasn't break the level at all. And we have had this support since February, pretty much, yeah, mid-February, end of February. This is good. I like it. Just keep an eye. You have a lot of liquidity here, which is sometimes challenging. So this is an area, and it's pretty obvious because you're in this range. So you have a lot of volume right here, a lot of liquidity. But anything over this is pretty good. Anything under this is also pretty good. Just keep an eye on this. I think whatever move we're seeing is going to be, it's going to have the potential to make you money, where if it goes down or up. I like these kind of stocks that stay in range and then they explode in one direction or the other. And that's why I keep them in my watch list. Next, I have Chipotle. When was the last time I ate Chipotle? I have no idea. I used to like it. I haven't eaten any kind of fast food, to be honest, in a long time. But this chart was looking pretty good. You can see it right here. This is the daily chart. Now you are bouncing on this level right here. You have a gap. So I just didn't put a line or anything right here. This is pretty obvious. This support area is, never mind, because when I put lines, I know it's at 57. Let's see what happens here. The MACD and the TSI they don't help for a bullish thesis, in my opinion. I think it could rebound. I really don't know. If I take a look at the TSI, it tells me that the stock doesn't have a lot of strength. You don't want this type of candles by the end of on a daily chart, especially if you're going down. Sellers are still in control, I think. So the volume is just okay. I would keep an eye on this name to break the support at 57.03 or 57. Under this, I think there's still more room. It would be optimal if we actually range on this area, just like you did here, and then break down. But again, I'm not I prefer trading to the upside, but definitely I really don't choose sizes. I don't like to do that. It makes no sense to me. But anyways, I like Chipotle on this range, and then I think there is opportunity to actually continuation to the downtrend, or maybe just staying here. But I'm more bearish on this setup right now than bullish. You have a lot of liquidity on this area. You have very little liquidity down here. So the volume is bearish, as you can see right here. So we continue seeing this. There's a decrease in volume as well. So that's something to also take in consideration. but I do believe that it is crucial, this level, this support level, more than the resistance level, to keep an eye on. That's what I have for Chipotle. Now I'm gonna move on into Robinhood. So Robinhood has been, it was pretty interesting. Let's say I was talking about Robinhood on this area right here, and my thesis was going up. It moved on. I guess I didn't catch this move, so I did put an arrow drawing that was indicating pretty much a retest, and it did retest, and then it went up and it kept going up, and now it's not. This is not a flag. I think what it's doing now is consolidating a little bit. I like the fact that this consolidation is cooling down the MACD and the TSI. This is a good thing. I do believe that this support level is pretty stubborn. So bouncing out of this could probably make this stock move towards 24, or let's see if there is anything else. Yeah, a continuation to the upside. But you know, sorry, I'm just trying to just keep an eye on this range right here. This move right here was pretty nice. We might see something similar. Earnings are coming in a couple of weeks. So yeah, today is the 13th, in 3 weeks. So you still have some room. I think if Robinhood comes out with good earnings, you are going to see something pretty nice to the upside. You know, if earnings are bad, obviously, you're going to move down pretty quickly. But this stock looks pretty neutral. I like the fact that the MACD and the TSI are going down very slowly compared to what you see on the chart. That is a good sign. Maintaining the support level at 21 is critical, I think, for what we will see on the short term until we hit earnings. So that's what I'm seeing on Robinhood. Now let's go to, where are you? To Mara. So we have Mara at, well, here on the daily chart. I was mentioning Mara on X. I don't think I made a video or I included Mara in any of my videos lately. But what I was saying on X was this symmetrical triangle breaking out over this would actually take you towards 22, or towards this level right here, resistance level. And then it hit the resistance level. It didn't break it the next day and just kept going down. We can maybe consider this a retest. You're definitely retesting this support level at 1940, which is pretty good. One of the things, again, just like this other name I mentioned, CLSK, is how sensitive this stock is to Bitcoin moving. But what I like about Mara is how strong it moves when Bitcoin moves. So what the chart is telling you, well, the chart is giving you one story, which is, you know, is maintaining this range, it's staying inside of these patterns. But I think if we see a move next week on Bitcoin, then you're gonna see a continuation over here. But this pattern can break, I think, if we see a red candle going towards the support level of 1680. Then this would be obsolete. This whole thing would be obsolete. But what I like about this is if there is any positive move between tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday morning or Tuesday, then you're gonna see a nice move, I think, for Mara. Mara is definitely one of my top names to keep an eye on. And the reason is because if Bitcoin moves, Mara is going to move too. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. I mean, if you look at this, it's looking a little bullish, I'm not going to lie. So we'll see if we go over 59.7. And then you're going to just go. It's right now, right at the 200 EMA. I like that, but this didn't want to include Bitcoin on this video, but it looks decent, at least for today. We'll see. Anyways, Mara, keep Mara really keep a close eye on Mara. Then I'm gonna do let's go to MRVL. Let me make a note really quick. So you have this pennant right here, pretty nice. It mounted. Now you're flagging on it. There is definitely something interesting here. You have pretty, I wouldn't say pretty low liquidity, but you have low liquidity here, at least until you get to the 78 level. I like what I'm seeing here. I like the consolidation. You can argue that, I mean, you can draw a different, let's see if we go here. I mean, it's not that different though. So I like this setup. Keep an eye on the next trading days, Monday and Tuesday, and see how these behave. MACD and TSI are not looking bad at all. RSI is neutral. That's good. So we are basically at the zero line on all these indicators, MACD, TSI, RSI. We're in the middle. That is good. It's really trying to break this. We'll see how, let's see how this trades. Yeah, this is not bad. It has volume. This is a good name to keep an eye on. I know there is a lot of charts that you guys can, I guess, look at and do these kind of drawings yourselves and make decisions based on that. I think there is definitely opportunity if you do a little research. I just like to present a lot of different things, so so you can pick what is the setup that makes a little bit more sense, and then you can explore that. Anyways, we have this right here. I like it for now. We'll see if we break this trend line right here, then you are out to go to 77. There is low liquidity here. You might actually continue going up. I like this. I like this continuation right here. You had this very nice move right here, and then you end up consolidating here, making this pennant right here, which is pretty nice. I like what I'm seeing. Keep an eye on this. We are moving now on to Microsoft. So Microsoft was pretty interesting in this area. I mentioned Microsoft, Meta, Netflix, right on pretty much on the same day. They had the same setup down here. They all run. And look at this, like Meta, Netflix, all of them, they did something pretty cool. I like the fact that this is cooling down. These runs obviously don't go forever. This is hitting all-time highs. If you think that this is going to continue moving just like what you saw on Nvidia and whatnot, well, I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. So we're getting at this level. Sorry, I was looking at my notes, and I was pretty sure I was going to mention Nvidia tomorrow. Oh yeah. So Nvidia is coming tomorrow. Anyways, you have low liquidity here. We can argue that you have a small level right here at 446. We'll see how that behaves. But you definitely have room to go down towards the 35 SMA, which you're probably gonna move right here. You're gonna probably encounter this SMA on kind of maybe on this area. Obviously, I cannot predict that, but it's probably an educated guess. I'd like to see this going down a little bit more. It is, in my opinion, a little bit overextended for Microsoft. The histogram is also telling you a story. TSI and RSI are obviously on their way down. I did get on Friday, and this was kind of a nerve-wracking move, I guess. I went short on Microsoft, and it was somewhere. I went short over here. And to be honest, I don't know why. No, actually, yes, I was short over here on this area right here, because what I was looking at the MACD and the TSI, I was like, this is a setup I want to take. It went down, then it went up, then it went down, and I didn't sell on this area. I don't know why. And then it totally went up. I was panicking, kept going up, and then it started to cool down again. And then I sold right over here when I saw this green candle coming back. I was green when I sold, but you know, I should have sold right on this area right here or down here. That's the way I trade. I just don't like the stress on when I start seeing these moves and the market is like when you see it, when you zoom out and you see this, you kind of see that there is like trending up. So anyways, it ended up losing momentum after this double top right here, and by the end of the day, price went down. On the 1-day chart, you can see that I want to see this a continuation to the downside, maybe to 430 and or towards 35 SMA, and then a rebound for a nice healthy continuation of this. I think there is room for Meta and Microsoft to continue going down. So that's what I have for Microsoft. I like the setup on Microsoft right now. Where is the next one? Oracle. I think this is the first time I want to mention Oracle. This is, I was supposed to do this, but well, we can do it right now. Another setup that, can we argue we are starting to see a triple top here? I'm not sure yet. But I have 1, 2, maybe 3. Let's give it a couple of more days, but I like this to the downside. We'll see on this resistance level at, I just put it on 145, and then how it behaves in this range. There is nothing here. Let's put a little, I like to put these rectangles on gaps. You had another one here, you got covered. So I think there is opportunity to the downside. Earnings on September 9th. You have a lot of time. I think I'm leaning towards a move to the downside in Oracle. I like the setup so far. I think it's not fully developed. You can maybe continue and break this resistance level and keep going up. That is possible. The volume is decreasing. You can see it right here, and liquidity is decent, but there is pretty much nothing down here, especially all the way down here. So Oracle to the downside, I actually like it, but it's not. I think the pattern is not fully formed. I think the setup is not fully formed. It might need a few more days. By Wednesday, maybe you might see something with more clarity, or just wait until the end of next week, actually. But I like to see this kind of stuff and give it a week or so, and then it makes more sense. Sometimes the thing runs and, you know, it leaves you behind, but just as I'm showing you this many patterns and charts and whatnot, there is a lot of opportunity. So if you miss one, the next one is coming sooner than what you think. So anyways, not fully formed yet. I'm leaning towards the downside. I don't care if I'm seeing these 3 candles in a row going green. I think there's more room to the downside, or possibilities to the downside, than possibilities to actually continue going up with momentum. That doesn't mean that it's not going to break resistance, but what I think is we can wait a little bit and see how this develops. So that's what I have for Oracle. And now let's move on to, I'm almost done, to PayPal. Okay, so we have an inverse head and shoulder. I did, this is pretty cool that a trading view can actually give you this drawing. It's a baby one though. If we go to the weekly chart, but let's go to the 4-hour chart. That looks makes more sense if you see it on a different chart. But it has to mount, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this for next week. This one is actually looking good. It has to mount this resistance, trying almost to be support at this point at 60. and then continue going up. MACD, TSI looking good, RSI looking okay. So you have this pretty obvious formation here, which in all, where is this thing? We can argue that we can go here, here, retest. That would be the best setup. Let's wait at least for this move to mount, to mount 60, and then see if you're gonna retest or just continue going up. It might retest because you have the 35 SMA here, which it could act as a resistance. We'll see. I like this. Give it a couple of days. Monday, Tuesday, you're gonna know what with more clarity how this is working. MACD and TSI by then are gonna be right in this area, so there might be more divergence. Who knows? So let's see this. I really like PayPal, so that's what I have for PayPal. And I have one more name that I haven't talked about in a while. What do I like about Roku? Well, as a company, nothing. I hate, like, I have a TV that has Roku. I hate it. But anyways, who cares about that? What we see on the chart is this consolidation right here. I like seeing this. It's bouncing on the 35 SMA. That is good. I want to see a move towards the 200 EMA, towards the 67 level, 66, 90, 67. And then you have this gap on volume right here. So if there is a move that I would prefer seeing here that I would take, if this goes down, I wouldn't care. Even if it breaks resistance, I don't care. I wouldn't take it. But if it continues going up, then you have this room here. You have earnings coming soon, within 2 weeks or so, which could be a party pooper if this actually continues going up. But other than that, this has to develop a little bit more. Would be optimal if you see a move, a nice bounce on this line here on the 35 SMA, and then you can actually see a move towards resistance on at 67. Did I say 67? Yeah, 67, 66, 90, 67. Anyways, so that's all I have for now. Some of these setups still I guess developing, but there are some others that are looking pretty good. Anyways, I will have another 16 names tomorrow, Sunday, but that's all I have for now. So thank you, everybody. Bye bye.